Hey friends of Scrapbook.com, I'm Casey Birmingham from Foundations Decor, and today we're going to show you a brand new product from Foundations Decor, our welcome sign and attachment. This is our brand new wooden slat welcome sign. It's made from real pine wood, radiata pine actually. I'm going to pull this out and look how beautiful this is. This slat sign comes finished in this beautiful antiqued white look, and you're going to notice it is finished, but since it's real wood, you're welcome to sand it, distress it, paint it, do whatever else you want with it. But we thought that was a nice antique look, so we made it that way. So here is the board itself, and then here are the fixins for it. Now we've got our package open. We can start putting together our sign. I'm going to show you how easy it is to throw this together in just a few moments of time, maybe 2 minutes tops. So pull out all your pieces, show you what it comes with. It comes with the base to help it stand. Okay. There's the actual stand itself. It comes with this nifty handle. All steel parts, nothing cheap. All steel parts. It comes with that nifty handle for the top that gives you the ability to hang the sign. And it does come pre-packed with our welcome letters. Those will come raw for you. So what you can do is ink, paint, leave raw if you like a raw wood look, just like that. And they're going to be part of the sign that we'll attach later, and I'll show you that. Now let's get our sign put together. Got my trusty screwdriver here. Got my trusty screws. We'll open this up and start. Doesn't really matter what order you put this together in, if you want to put the handle on first. What does matter is you don't have to be a carpentry expert. All you need to do is follow the guide holes. You'll see guide holes, and if you can zoom in, you'll notice that there are 2 guide holes right on top of the board. Guide holes make it easy breezy. The other thing they do is make sure it doesn't split any wood. Trying to put a screw into a block of wood sometimes allows it to split. Guide hole 1, guide hole 2. The screws also are finished. If you were worried about like, oh, I don't want a big bright shiny spot on top. No, even the tops of those are finished. I'll show you. Now it makes a beautiful hang. Okay, I'll show the camera here and here. You can picture that now hanging on a wall. There's also these back slats that come across here. You could even 2-nail hang it from there or something if you want it to be on a wall. But if you want to stand it like the one we have in our office, welcoming guests, you're going to want to put the base stand on. Again, there are guide holes right here, right there. Okay, now we'll just stick these in. And you can see how this really could, like if I was just zooming through it, I'm trying to be very descriptive. If I was just zooming through it, this might take 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes tops to put this whole sign together, start to finish, out of package, shipped straight to your door from Scrapbook.com. Okay, now that piece is on there. The finishing touches we're going to do before we get to the real crafty stuff. This is our base. And this is weighty enough that it's going to stand up and not, wobble on a table or a mantle or some entryway table. Best thing to do there, and this will be hard to show necessarily on camera, but it's to set it to the edge of a table so it can stick down. I'm going to flip it this way to protect the front side of the board a little bit. And this one just, you just start screwing it in, just like the others. This one you can mostly guide in with your fingers. It's a much wider screw. But what you want to do, and it'll have a little give at the end so you can balance it back and forth. But for now, we're not going to tighten it like ultra tight. We'll just get it enough so we can just go eyeball it and boom, that looks pretty straight for now. That's our welcome sign. Start to finish in just a few minutes. Now I'm going to show you one of our attachments out of the 18 that we have at Scrapbook.com that we're going to do today. And it's a birthday project. What better than a birthday? Everybody on earth literally has a birthday. So we're going to show you that one. It will come packaged like about like this. I'll show the camera here. This is our raw wood. And our video series in the past, you've seen how we work with raw wood and then make it decorative and beautiful. Okay, we've pulled our pieces out of the packaging now. We've got our welcome letters ready. And what we're going to do is just a little bit of painting right off the bat. This is not a required step. This is just something to show you that we're very particular about our projects. So we wanted to add paint to the sides so there's nothing showing, no raw wood exposed. So we're going to paint a little bit. You can use any type of acrylic paints. Matching your paint is going to depend on what papers or inks you decide to use. In this case, we've got a beautiful like beige off-white color from an Echo Park paper line, as well as some brown paper that we're going to use from our very own Foundations Decor Collection. So I'm going to paint the edges that are most exposed. You notice how these don't have that cut, and in your kit, you'll notice they don't have that laser cut edge that makes it darker. So we're going to paint these ones in this case. Because we chose brown paper for our cupcake wrapper, and again, you just follow whichever color you're going to choose as your paper. We're going to paint the edges of this brown. And you can just go to Scrapbook.com, look up acrylic paints. Another good idea for this part is honestly just ink it. And that's about all the painting we're going to do on this guy. So I'm going to set this one to the side and let it dry. So we've pulled our stuff out of the package. We've got it here. What I've done, you'll notice it's all stuck together when it comes out of the package, and that's for safety's sake. It keeps it balanced. But what I did when I pull it, as I pull it out of the package, is I put X's on the side of the wood that I want to cover in paper. So I've already done that, as you noticed. Now we get to the fun stuff of tracing out our shapes and choosing the paper. That honestly, that's some of the real fun things. So make sure you keep your pieces somewhat, centered so you can see everything that you need to trace. I've pre-traced a few of these. We chose this awesome Foundations Decor yellow, 80-pound textured cardstock, really good for wood. Anytime you use a cardstock, you want to be about 65 pounds or heavier when working with wood, so you don't get the weird warping when you adhere stuff. So I've pre-done some, but I wanted to show on camera a few. Remember our brown paper, and we're pretty dry there. The piece we painted, we're going to trace and show you that on camera. I want to use this beautiful plaid side as like a cupcake wrapper. It kind of reminds me of a cupcake wrapper, so I'm going to use it as such. Now keep in mind, this is going to be your top that's shown. See, that will go just like that. So it doesn't matter how much paper you cover up here. In fact, be liberal. You want to make sure it covers anywhere that this is going to be exposed. So we'll take this, never draw on the side you want to use, just in case. We'll draw on this side. I'm just using a pencil. You can use a pen, but I don't know, I just like the way pencils write better. And you'll notice, it's kind of hard to see because it's dark on dark, but you'll notice there is a trace line around here that we're going to cut to. And like I said, I've already pre-done some of the others, so I want to show you a trick now when you get to cutting, and we are going to get to cutting our pieces out now. When you cut, don't worry about, this isn't art class. This isn't stay inside the lines. This is more stay outside the lines. Okay? Stay outside the lines, and the reason being, we have a trick for getting rid of the excess paper. And if you cut it too narrow, then you're going to have exposed wood where you don't want it, okay? So you notice I'm just kind of whipping through this. It doesn't need to be perfect lines. Just trim it out there. Look at that beautiful party paper. That's an Echo Park paper. They were gracious enough to let us use their product. And we thought that looks just like a cupcake with sprinkles. So now we're going to trace that part and cut it out as well. Okay, so we've cut out the paper pieces. The next step is to adhere to the wood piece and then sand it down and give ourselves clean edges. This is all the paper we're going to be using. Before gluing down all your paper, look at your project and see if there's going to be any exposed areas that you don't want exposed. In this case, you'll notice what would be the candle string in a real candle will be exposed as soon as we put paper on there. There's a few options. You could easily put a piece of paper in there. I don't necessarily recommend that because it's tiny. What we did in this case, you could either take a little black piece of paint, maybe a white piece of paint, anything you want to make it look like a string. Even though we didn't use this too much on the project, this is the Scrapbook.com premium dye ink, just black. We just wanted it to be dark to kind of match the laser cut edges of the smaller pieces. So you just go like this, and honestly, these are getting covered with paper. I just showed you those pieces. So just kind of wipe it on there like that. Okay, now it's dark in between there. Now we can do some gluing. We got our Tombow mono liquid glue, and we're just going to start putting the pieces together. Next step, let's see how some of these things have dried up. Looks like our cupcake topper is dry, so let's give it a try. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get our file out. These mini ones are great and a little bit flexible to get into some inside parts. I told you to cut a little bit wide, remember, so that's why it looks exposed and a little bit blobby. Now all we do is we're just gonna start sanding away, and you'll notice, if you can see that on the camera, as I pull down, you always want to pull down towards the wood. Otherwise, you'll pull the paper off. So pull down, it's just cutting, and you can even see the fragments since I left that board there in the middle. You could see the fragments start just flaking off here. I'll show you, since I've got them here, we also even have what's called a precision file. Comes in a little 3-pack just like this. You know, this is called the feather file. And it's hard to see the grooves, but it's just like a metal file that you've seen in a workshop somewhere. It's got little rough edges, and it allows you on these intricate parts to kind of cut in there and get real into the nitty gritty, so you don't have any excess paper, any excess glue, paper, or whatever else you've used. So now we've adhered everything together, we've sanded down the corners, and all we've got to do is layer the pieces together, just like you would expect, right? See how that's going to go there, and you can put it on there to make sure it looks right before you put any adhesive on it. Now we're putting 2 wood pieces together. Make sure again that you're fairly liberal with that glue. In this case, you don't really need to paint it on there. The edges aren't as crucial. It's just more about the coverage here. Want to make sure you got good coverage, because the edges aren't going to be sanded this time. We just want to make sure there's enough to hold it on there for all eternity. Line it up with your fingers, boom, voila. See, it's not, this isn't real science. This is like just creativity at its finest. Feeling the groove, feeling how things are supposed to set together, and just watching them fall together. Okay, we've got it all put together, sanded down, cleaned up. You could spray it with a glaze if you want. We haven't in this case. In fact, we haven't really even inked much, you see? But if you wanted to, what you could do is just take your Scrapbook.com ink. You could get the black or the brown. I really like the forest brown. And just hit the edges if you like that little bit darker rustic look. Or you could leave it clean, especially for a birthday, and you want it to be bright and happy. I want to show you something, how easy it is to also change this out. We've got 2 samples here, all from the same page, cut from the same page of cutouts. I told you about paper cutouts. Several companies have these, and they make things a little bit easier. You can either journal on here, put a picture, or just throw one of these cards, these cut pages right on there. The last step we need to do is bring our sign back in. I told you it came with these awesome sheet metal pieces. Now the reason for that is when you're using magnets, everybody understands polarization and things, and if we were using 2 magnets, they would try to, you know, sync themselves together. But since we're using a metal on magnet, you can position this however you want. What that means is you could take your cupcake that's going to be placed down here in the lower side and twist it or move it and give it a little bit of give rather than having it be forced to one spot. So what we did here, I put those sheet metal pieces on my board where I wanted them, and the way I did that, I just lined it up with a magnet and said, oh, I like it there, and pushed it down, stuck the magnet, or it stuck the the metal piece right to the board where I wanted it. It's beautiful. What we also did is we adhered our welcome. We painted it red, and we didn't want you to watch us drying paint for the next 20 minutes, so we've skipped ahead and just painted those red and stuck them to our board. You could have also selected to put them down the side, diagonal, wherever you want. This is where you get to be creative and have some fun with it. So we've put our metal pieces on the board. These pieces, again, we can switch them out, whichever one we want. You could have several of these and switch them out. And that's kind of the beauty of the welcome sign. This is the one we made. This is the one we made. We can just pop that now right on the board, and it sticks there. Our cupcake, we take that. We've again, the magnets, they came in the kit. It's got one side that's got adhesive on it. Just put it on there, which we've done, and pop it on the board. And like I said, now you can twist it. Maybe you want a silly upside down cupcake. I don't know, but it can move around a little bit, right? So the beauty of having this board, perfect for birthday. Kid comes down the stairs and my goodness, what's that on the table next to a birthday cake? It's his welcome sign, his or her welcome sign, just like that. The amazing thing is we've got 18 different attachments to choose from. It's as simple as this. Let's say the birthday's over. You want to get back to summer fun, right? Well, it's as easy as this. This one goes back in the drawer. It doesn't take much storage space because this does all the heavy lifting and it stays out year round. And now we take off our pieces. We slap them on, and we've changed the whole look of our decor in a section of our room in 10 seconds. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happiness is life handmade.